What's up, buds? I know it's been a while since I've made a video like this, but I've had a lot of people wondering about my new bike and some things and parts that I've been running on it. So I figured I'd take this time to do an updated bike check on my 2021 Enduro. So to get the obvious out of the way, I am obviously on a 2021 S-Works Enduro frame, still rocking size S4, which I'm happy with. You're probably wondering why I'm on a new frame. So I originally had the Dusty Lilac, the pink frame. I cracked one of those and got it warrantied with that same bike. And unfortunately, my warranty bike also cracked. So Specialized warrantied that with an upgraded S-Works frame, which was awesome. You're probably wondering what cracked on it this time. So I'm gonna throw up an image right here that's showing you my top headset cup. I was starting to hear some like creaks and pops up there. Thought it was just dirty from all the mud that we've been riding in the spring, but I went to take it apart to clean it out. And when I took it apart, I saw that crack in the headset, sent that into Specialized warranty department. They approved it. I wanna say it took only like 2 weeks from the time that we submitted the warranty request before we got the new frame. So it was a very quick and easy process. So I'm super happy that Specialized was able to warranty that and get it to me relatively quick. So that was awesome. Now you guys know that this Fox suspension is new to me this year. I have never been on Fox suspension before this year, and I do not ever want to go back to anything else if I don't have to, because I absolutely love the feel of Fox. The Grip 2 damper, the new Flow X2, they all just feel so good. Like I don't know how to explain like what feels so good about it, but they just overall feel way more composed and way more consistent. The only thing bad about them I can say is that they do take much more maintenance. So luckily, it hasn't happened to me yet, but Chase, I think, has blown 3 X2s and 1 DH X2. My buddy Cam just blew his Float X2. Leroy has blown his Float X2. So these shocks are tending to blow very easily. It's a little bit annoying, but it's just something that comes with it, I guess. But getting them rebuilt by Fox has been pretty easy. Chase has just sent it in and they've warrantied that and taken care of it, so that's awesome. I did actually blow out the seals in my new 38 at Snowshoe not too long ago, which was unfortunate, but it's not a huge bummer because I just bought the fork seals and that's something that you can replace pretty easy yourself. It was pretty much time for a lower leg service anyway, so timing couldn't have been better for that. I mean, no one ever wants that to happen, but I'm not complaining about it. It's not a big deal. If you can deal with all the maintenance that you need with Fox, I don't really think there's anything better. Now, I know you guys are probably wondering whether or not I'm running this as a mullet or a 29er right now. And as you look at it, I'm running it as a 29er. Why? I've been going back and forth trying to figure out what I like, what I don't like. There's pros and cons to both. But at the moment right now, I'm running 29er strictly because I only have 29er trail tires for the rear, which brings me to tires and wheels. You guys already know Michelin tires on this thing. Up front, I've got a Freshie DH22 on. Hands down my favorite tire from them. Probably my favorite tire ever. You've got loads of grip with insane durability. So honestly, DH tire, if you're looking for a good one, that's my favorite. In the rear, I've got a new one from Michelin that you guys may have not seen yet, and you definitely, I don't think you can get your hands on anywhere. It's their new Wild AM2. Now, I usually run this one up front with more of a fast rolling rear, but I wanted to run this one in the rear because it's a little faster rolling than the DH34 that I have in the rear too. I have a fresh DH34 on hand for the next time we go to Windrock, which is where we're planning on going for round 3 of the Downhill Southeast. But for the time being, riding trails and stuff around here, I wanted something a little faster rolling, so I put that on the back and I'm really liking it. It's holding up well. So Michelin tires, super happy with, but I still have those on E13 carbon wheels. And as far as the rims go, absolutely love the carbon rims from E13. They're super strong and super stiff. I've literally only ever broken one of them and it got warrantied, no questions asked, just like they say. So super stoked with that. The only thing that I'm not stoked with is the spokes lately. So lately, Chase and I have been popping these spokes left and right, like over and over again. And it's just kind of getting to the point where it's a little bit annoying having to change a spoke that often. So the only thing that I would do about that is I would probably try to like lace them up with some stronger DT Swiss spokes and see how that goes. So I would hope that fixes the problem. It's not a huge deal. We have extra spokes and it's not hard to do. It's just annoying if it pokes through the rim tape and then you have to retape your whole wheel. So not a big deal. Love the wheels. The wheels hold a bead insanely well. So overall, still love E13's wheels. Now, something new on my bike that you may or may not have noticed in videos or pictures is my new brakes. Rewind to when I had the Magura MT7 Pros. Initially, I was blown away by them. I thought they were great, but really quick, I learned that I was having a lot of trouble bedding them in and keeping them nice. So what I mean by that is like every pair of pads or rotors I had would somehow glaze over. I don't know why. It's not just me that had the problem too. Chase started having this problem too. I don't know if it's pads, rotors, combination of both, but I could never get them to bite super hard like I wanted, and they would always squeal. I'll try to throw up a video of the squealing because I literally could like never get it to stop. So it was super annoying, especially for making videos, having brakes squealing all the time. Now, the second issue that I had with those brakes was I started breaking levers. And I wasn't like doing anything crazy to break them. I would just be riding, you like slide out, lay the bike down a little bit, nothing too crazy, get up, brake lever snapped in half. Nobody wants their brake to snap in half in the middle of a downhill run. I snapped 2 levers on back-to-back weekends at Windrock. After that, I was so fed up with it that I just wanted to get rid of it. And it's not that it's like a big hassle to change a lever. It was the fact that they were just breaking so easy and so often that it wasn't worth it for me anymore. I just wanted something new. So luckily, I was down in Pisgah after that, and I walk into Squatch Bikes and they have these Hayes Dominion A4s sitting there that I've been wanting to try. I've heard good things and they were right in front of my face. So I figured, why not? Pulled the trigger on those new brakes, and they had them on my bike really fast, and I love these brakes. These brakes have a super nice lever feel and bite point. They kind of feel like a mix between SRAM and Shimano, so they have like a really strong bite, but they also have good modulation. It's kind of the best of both worlds, I think. They look very minimalist on the bar, so I really like that. They don't like have a huge master cylinder or anything, so they look good, they feel good. The only bad thing that I could say is that parts for them are pretty hard to come by. It's not like a SRAM or Shimano where the parts are pretty much at any bike shop that you go into. So if you get these brakes, I would recommend doing what I do and have extra pads on you at all times. And I also have an extra lever and master cylinder in case something wild ever happened and I needed it. So that's the only thing that I could say, that if you run these brakes, you should probably do that too. Another pretty big change that I made in my cockpit setup is making the switch from carbon bars back to alloy bars. The reason I did this is because last year during the Snowshoe Enduro, Chase was running 1-Up's carbon bars, and in the middle of a stage, they snapped in half on him. They didn't snap in half from like a big crash or anything. It was kind of just like a little like laid the bike over, got up, and then the bar snapped on him. So playing that in my mind, thinking how easy those carbon bars snapped, it was just playing in my mind over and over that that could happen to me or just anyone at any time. And it was just, the section that was in my mind was the Red Bull section, the Red Bull Ravine at Windrock, thinking like, man, if I come off one of those drops and my carbon bars happen to snap, you're pretty much guaranteed to go straight to your face anytime your bars snap. So thinking about that, with that in mind, I just wanted to go back to alloy bars for peace of mind. Now I know a lot of carbon bars don't break, and I know it's not necessarily like the carbon's fault, the rider's fault. It's just with carbon, it happens sometimes. So for peace of mind, I just went back to alloy bars and I have no complaints. I never honestly even noticed a huge difference in ride quality between carbon bars and aluminum. So making the switch back wasn't a huge deal for me. So peace of mind, I'm happy with that. Now another new thing on my bike is my derailleur. I initially had the GX derailleur on this, but I broke that, so I replaced it. Why not upgrade? Upgraded to an X01 derailleur. Been super happy with it, but I'm gonna be honest, if you have a GX and an X01 both dialed, I can't tell a huge difference in them. So honestly, go with whatever you can afford because they both shift damn good. I'm also still running the Wolf Tooth dropper lever paired with the stock dropper still. I honestly hate the stock dropper. I've had quite a few issues with it, but I've been able to keep it working relatively well so that I don't have to buy a new one. I would love to have a 1-Up dropper or an Axis dropper, but that's just not happening right now. But overall, still like the dropper lever, hate the dropper post, but it works right now, so we're happy with that. Also still running Super Cush grips from Deity. Super happy with those grips. They're my favorite ones I've had so far. They're a little bit thicker than stock grips, so I really like that. The only bad thing I can say is durability. You pretty much have to replace these grips every month or two to keep them fresh, but they're like 20, 25 bucks, so it's not really a huge deal. Well, buds, that's an update on my 2021 Enduro. There's a few new parts on there, new frame as you could tell. I'm super stoked with this bike. I love it. Let me know in the comments what you guys like, didn't like, or anything that you think I should try instead of what I'm running. Chase is on vacation right now, so next week you'll see an updated video on his bike. He's got some new things going on too, so stick around for next week. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, so that next week you can see Chase's bike check of his 2021 Specialized Enduro.